Hey Fred, give me a krasue match with extra spit. Extra spit. And hold the slowdown perks. Hold the slowdown perks. And hold the head. Hold the head. Jimmy, give me a 4K of 5 gens.
Arai. Raw you raw.
The fuck's the matter with you? Hello girly pops, and by girly pops I mean 80% men. No shade, no shade. I'm happy you're here. So the other day I was playing krasue with no head. The main reason being my jaw hurt, but the secondary reason being I thought it would be funny. And funny it was. But the results ended up being hilarious. After 25 matches of playing her strictly spit only, I won every match except for 2. And I didn't go into this process seeking a win, nor did I sweat my ass off. No hard tunneling, no generator slowdown perks, and all but 2 matches were wins. How? I didn't think this would be the case at all. Going into this, I figured krasue's head form was the reason she's so strong. It's a power vaulting quick little tentacle monster with third-person view and the most generous hitbox I've ever seen. The spit, to me, seemed like a sub-power that really only enabled the strength of her head game, but here's what I came to figure out. You probably already know this, but let's go over it anyway. When you spit on a survivor, they get leeched. After some time passes, the leech turns parasitic and makes the survivor injured and broken. If the survivor wants to cure their leech, they have to go find glowing mushrooms that spawn around the map, and this will start the leech healing process. It's not instant, but it turns the nasty growth green and then it goes away. However, it doesn't heal you if you were injured already or injured from the fungus. Injured from the leech, unlike a plague fountain. This realization gave me a wicked little smile. So I figured I could play krasue as an M1 killer, and as long as I was routinely keeping like 1 or 2 survivors leeched, it was guaranteed slowdown, right? You know, it's not hard to hit this spitball either. It can be really challenging to hit him directly, but not so much if you're bouncing it off of a wall or object. The auto aim on this thing's spray is... We'll talk about it once they fix this palette on Grim Pantry. If a survivor gets leeched and wants to slam gens instead of curing it, which admittedly didn't happen often, that's fine, because here is where we get to talk about the build and her add-ons. As this strategy started working, I started rotating perks and eventually happened upon this atrocity. Lethal Pursuer, Gearhead, Unforeseen, and Sloppy Butcher. Find the survivors quickly with lethal, get some survivors spat on, maybe an injury too, and once you found a prime target in a decent looping spot, you can take that chase, or find a generator being worked on with Gearhead, which happens often because Gearhead is so good. I love you, Gearhead. Kick a gen to gain undetectable, and if you've kept your eyes on the map so far, you shouldn't have a problem finding someone you injured earlier, all the while being stealthy. You can also find someone else working on a gen. Honestly, after a while, the matches just played themselves. And then there's her add-ons, and I hadn't really read through her add-ons before, mostly because I just saw, oh, she's another S tier, here we go again, and just kind of casually went back to playing Unknown, but she has a really nice selection when it comes to this specific playstyle. Wriggling Parasite increases the leech meter charge rate, and you can pair that with Lorenza's Remains to give leeched survivors blindness and hindered. Ridiculous. Mysterious Elixir and Rotten Swine can be paired nicely to block windows and break stuff quicker when you spit on them. Chicken Head is stupid, so don't run that one if you want to try, but hey, it works. Spattered Handkerchief pairs with endgame perks and an endgame playstyle, but y'all. Pig's Eye reveals auras of survivors who eat a fungus further than 40 meters away from you. That's real good. At least, you know, it ended up being really, really good for me. So you've got options to play around with here. Some maps are also so unbelievably strenuous to find funguses on. They'll spawn frequently, but if you're on Midwich, you gotta hike for those bastards. So map RNG is a huge part of this playstyle too, in a sense that either it can be decent for survivors or so much worse. So yeah, the recipe kind of wrote itself. I also didn't expect to have so much fun, but krasue is one of those killers that I love aesthetically, and was really, really disappointed that she ended up being brain dead, because I love her style. She's so cute. And I love the type of woman who will just turn into a creature. Ugh. So I found a way to still play her. No, I'm not playing the creature, but I mean, I had fun and I had success. So that's kind of what you want from a build in this game. And granted, alright, I played against some inexperienced survivors. I won a lot of 50-50s, definitely thanks to the new fucking awful pallets that came with this patch. But yeah, again, all of these things in consideration, I wasn't win streaking. I was goofing and gooning, and ended up just playing a worse plague and still somehow winning. So maybe I'm crazy, maybe this is a fluke, but I thought this was fun and unexpected, so I wanted to share. There's going to be some clips up ahead with some very nerdy video game music placed over it, just like y'all like it. It's really just what I like. And have a beautiful, beautiful fucking evening, you goose, you blessed human being. Later.